Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a VR to the My Spaces tag that was started over at the Hermit's Cave by Simon. I have been wanting to do a bit of a room tour, sacred spaces, magic-y stuff tour for a little bit. I'm doing this rustic style, like holding the camera, so I'm just going to take you along for a little tour of my room. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to try not to touch the screen. It's my second attempt. So here is a quick overview of my room. So you can see our big bed there in the middle with a little Shayla pup on it. And this is the quilt that Peggy actually made me. So you'll be able to see Hello Kitty and My Little Pony and some Care Bears and just wonderful, wonderful things all over this. She's amazing. This was my birthday present last year and it took her so long and it was her first quilt. And I, of course, whined for a king size right out the gate because I'm amazing that way. So then I'm just going to give you a quick overview. So I have some shelves up here with some of my other things, my squishy collection, which is small but wonderful. Some pictures, my coloring stuff. Peggy's little shelf here with her Build-A-Bear. She's got a dragon from How to Train Your Dragon and a minion. And this is my tarot altar. So let me show you that next. So here we have I'm going to see if I can hold this without making everybody dizzy. There we go. So here is a moon, it's like a moon card holder that I use. You can put anything in there, but I like to keep the current moon phase there. And I have over in this wall a 2019 moon map that I got in a witch's box. And then the other cards you'll see on display here are the cards that I work with throughout the month. And I'll put a card up in the info box thingy in the upper corner. Talking about the decks I use in my spiritual practice. This deck in the front is the Mythic Tarot, the original version that I got secondhand, and that is currently my study deck, so that's why that's there. Over here, you'll see I have a Temperance card. That is from the Mermaid Tarot by Lisa Robertson, and the Temperance card was my card of the year. And then, of course, my little spot here for my Mons Tarot deck, my print, and the bag that Peggy made me special for that deck. If we come down a little bit, here we have my adorable unicorn Build-A-Bear, and then this is where all of my spiritual decks live in this basket. And then here I have the guidebooks that go along with the decks that are here. I also keep Ethany's, I print this out, and this is Ethany's Moon Tarot Guide. You can find it on her website. It's a free printable. I believe, I can't remember who illustrated this, but I want to say, no, I'm not going to guess, but she does credit the artist for this, and it's just wonderful. So I have it turned to the next one that I'll be doing. And I also have here a book that's next up for me to read, A Secret History of Witches, and The Fortune Teller. These are the fiction books I'll be reading next, and my Affirmators Journal. And then down on my bedside table here is where I keep like my devices, but I also have my giant Himalayan salt lamp, which I love, my stress relief spray, some lavender hand cream for bedtime, and then this is where I keep my nighttime affirmation prayer beads. I will be doing a video on how I use those soon. And then when we come over, let me just back up a bit so I don't get trapped. And then when we come over here is my sort of elemental altar space. So I have my Gaia statue there. I have the elemental altar cloth Peggy made me, and I have tools and items out for each of the 4 directions. And of course this is beautiful because this overlooks a bit of a gully we have between our property and the next property, so it's very peaceful here, which I love. Going over this way is my Llewellyn calendar. These are all of my badges from the Northwest Tarot Symposium, so those are just hanging behind. Oh, now I have a dog that wants out. Okay, she's gonna have to deal for a second. This is sort of my sound altar and also like a mini prosperity altar with the 9 of Cups, which is a card that I associate with more emotional prosperity. And then I also sometimes keep some spare change here, my little ladybug candle holder, some pyrite, amethyst, and quartz, and a goddess statue. This is also, uh-oh, I better let her out. Come along with me. Let's take a look at the fish tank while I let my dog out. So there is the fish tank. I do not have to maintain this. Peggy maintains this, thank goodness. But this is why you hear water sounds in the background of my video, because this fish tank is a really wonderful thing. I love hearing it at nighttime. Okay, this is just storage down in here. But anyway, back to my altar. And then I have my ocean drum in the back, both of my singing bowls. This is just a little hand drum with Cocopelli. This is a incense holder that Peggy made me actually out of clay, with a really neat labyrinth in it. My little bells here, and this is a wooden flute that a friend and former coven mate gave me quite a bit of time ago. So yeah, that's all my music-y sort of things. Let's go past the fish tank again And over here we have my tarot wall, or part of it. So these are all tarot decks. It's way overloaded. I have an extra bar to be hung, so that's going to happen soon. This painting up here, Peggy and I did these at a paint night in our area. And then I keep like this TV tray, and my camera stuff goes back there. This is my reading table. So it's a fold down table. It's a gate leg table, it's called. So this is all the stuff I use regularly when I'm reading for clients or for myself, or I'm doing journaling. So I have a bunch of good stuff here. I have some crystals. This is a secret oil I got in a Witch's Moon box. So I've been using that with my readings. I have my little jar of Witch's Runes. A really wonderful spray by Michelle at EO Chakra Products called Be Still. Beeswax candle, my Palo Santo. This is the Making Magic cards on a piece of petrified wood. I have my shaker here, which I am loving. I love this candle holder. You've probably seen this like forever in the background of my videos. I also have an oil burner, but I actually put loose incense in that, and it just toasts and gives the loveliest aroma with very little smoke. But in here, I have little rope incenses, some incense matches, and those I burn in this little smudge pot, which I've talked about on my channel. And I clean her out, actually. So all the ashes collect, and I use this little brush, and I brush it into a jar of ashes I keep on my elemental altar that I just showed you. My obsidian scrying sphere, some candle holders, piece of labradorite, and then I also have been lately keeping this Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. This is a really cool book. It has a really inspiring story and message for every day of the year, so I usually keep it on the current page, and I try to take some time to look at that most days of the week. More decks. Look at that. I like to have only one deck per hook, and that's not happening right now, which is why I need the extra hung up. So these are all tarot. And then when we come over here, we have my breathe sign. And then up here is where I have most of my tarot. This is pretty much all my tarot guidebooks and oracle guidebooks that don't live in the box, as well as my Lenormand decks and a couple decks that live in boxes. So I have my Brady Tarot there, and up here in the unicorn box is my Tildwick Tarot. And then we come down, and these are all oracle decks. I've also got some mail that I received from either subscribers or friends that is stuck to the wall there. All oracle decks, oracle decks, oracle decks. And then here is my crystal altar. So I have a couple crystal grids that Peggy made me, and another one of those toasty herb incense thingies. So I keep a lot of my palm stones close at hand here. Underneath this, I have some sprays. These are my like Witch's Moon's oils, as well as some essential oils. Over here are my herb books, and my herb decks live in this pouch. Some extra tarot books, and then these are sectioned out things that have my crystal collection, which I need to do a video on all of those soon. And then when I come over this way, this is just the bedside table, but I have the decks that I'm working with this week here. I don't know if they're this week at the time you're seeing this video. A pink opal, a really pretty glass unicorn some friends got me, my pendulum board with the current pendulum I'm working with there, and my extra pendulums live in here. On this, why am I forgetting the name of this crystal? Can't remember. Having a, what do you call it? That's bugging me. Septarian, thank you. Septarian nodule. So that lives there. And I like to keep an affirmation style deck out. So currently I'm working with The Miracles Now by Gabrielle Bernstein. And I'll just every once in a while walk over, shuffle, and I'll put a new card out. So this is the one that's out now. Here's my Hello Kitty speaker that's got Bluetooth. So it connects to my, I can play stuff for my Google Home on there. And then if I back up, I've got my astrology books sort of in this section, and my living wheel and astrology learning cards. These are the items I'm currently using for my tarot memoir series. I like to have those close, and a bunch of other tarot and witchy books there. Then if I come back up, this is the space that I have dedicated to Mama Yamaya, as I affectionately call her. This is a relationship that I'm cultivating right now with this particular, I'm going to call her a goddess because that's the way that I've been relating to her, but she is an Orisha, commonly worked with in the Santeria tradition, as well as other traditions through various cultures in Brazil and also in Africa. And I really have just been having some profound experiences with her. So I have some prayer beads that a friend made me, my Yamaya oil, another Yamaya oil that was made for me by a friend, and this is some bath salts that came in my Yamaya box from the Witch's Moon, the artwork which I laminated. This is the shell box that came in last month's Witch's Moon with my the mala inside, the intention necklace that they sent. This is my anhydro agate. This is a cup of moon water I always keep full for Yamaya, and then I have some other little offerings here, some shells, freshwater pearls, watercress in that little shell, another spell from the Witch's Moon, and this is a candle I use specifically for my work with her. Some unicorn artwork, some other things I've gotten from friends and from the Witch's Moon. Oh my gosh, is that it? Oh no, that's not it. Come with me into my closet. I know I came out of the closet a long time ago, but forgive the laundry, but you know how it is. So in this dresser, in this drawer, I keep my Peggy cloths, some spare bags, pouches. These are some like things that Peggy's made, and I'll reach for this drawer when I need stuff like that. In the back are some decks that need to be rehomed and a couple of books. Here are some decks I haven't worked with for a full week yet. So I have the Arcana playing cards and my Happy Tarot, which I have used but not worked with for a full week. And here I have these Buddha Doodles cards by Molecules. I love this artist, and I do want to use these as an affirmation deck in that spot I just showed you on my nightstand, but I also want to use these for a full week, so they're in this drawer. And in here, in this really cool embroidered tree bag Peggy made me, is the Raven's Wand Oracle, but I'm currently reading the Dark Raven Chronicles, the books that this deck is based on, so that's my treat when I finish those books. When we go down one drawer, these are like my candles, my spell supplies, lots of different like altar decoration items in here, that kind of stuff. And then in the bottom drawer, to move my laundry, this is like my apothecary. So in here I have bath salts I haven't finished using. I have like loose incenses and incense blends, resins, that sort of thing. Some spell ingredients, so I have some Florida water and some rose water in here. I also have all of my Witch's Moon herbs that I get. I rebottle these into these little bottles with corks. There's a few I haven't rebottled yet. But yeah, that is sort of my apothecary. So this is where I go to when I'm doing my herbal stuff, my herbal workings. This is my little supply. And this is just some really amazing glitter that I've had for like 20 years. It's so fine. You only need a little bit when you're working with glitter, but I just love this stuff. So one last overview. Sorry for the dresser close-up. But yeah, so this is the room. So this is the behind the scenes for my videos and my sacred spaces, my main working spaces. There you have it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye!